the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Super Bowl MVP Tua was in the house today. He practiced, baby. Let's go. We're going to the Super Bowl. I see y'all Jets fans coming up in here. Y'all getting nervous. You're getting scared. Yeah, that's what it's about, baby. That's what it's about. Nah, in all seriousness, though, we're going to break down Tua practicing today. Chris Grier finalizing the contract ASAP, baby. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Chris Grier is in the lab right now. We got to get this guy signed. Did you just see what he did today? Did you just see what he did today in practice, man? $80 million a year. Oh my gosh. I slay myself. Oh my gosh. I got to start being more serious, man. That's why I be losing subscribers, boy. Oh man. That's what a hater told me this morning. It was like, yeah, you losing subscribers because you're not growing. I gotta stop this, man. Oh, Glenn said, don't know about you, TD. Oh man, hey, I'm telling y'all, Chris Grier in the office right now, like, man, Ross, listen to me. If you were at I'm telling you, this is what he doing. He calling up in New York. Ross, man, Tua practice today. If you were there, you would have wanted to give him $80 million a year, man. Release the 57 and let's go. Release the 57. We need him, man. This is the year. Oh man. But no, I got a very unique perspective on what happened today. Of course, you know, I'm usually getting a hater tag, but I got a really unique perspective about Mike McDaniel today. I think he showed his way of sticking up for Tua today. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of commend it. If it was the case, but I think it is. I commend what Mike McDaniel did today. We're going to talk about that and more, okay? So let's break it all down. Before we get started, y'all hit that like button. Shout out to everybody who's been donating to the Cash App. I had one come through yesterday evening. I appreciate that. Want to make sure I give a special shout out to those who show love via Cash App. Avia dropped the Cash App for training camp yesterday. Greatly appreciated, Avia. Thank you. Smith Sabin, Jovone, Ryan Scheller, Michael Simmons, Ricardo, Malachi, Guto, and J.R. Hudson, Glenn, as always. Man, Malachi, Sabrina, Zach, just thank y'all, man. Just thank y'all so much for showing love and helping your boy manage some of this training camp costs. If you want to contribute to the training camp fund, just hit me up in the Cash App, $TD_FinsTalk. The Fins is PHINS, all right? Wanted to make it unique. But yes, hit up the Cash App. I will be at training camp Sunday, and I'm going to try to do every practice that I possibly can for training camp. Shout out to who is that? Oh man, right on cue. Glenn, man. Hey, Glenn, man. I don't even know what to say, Glenn. You already know. I can't thank you enough. But your generosity is starting to be overwhelming in a good way, of course. I mean, I ain't gonna complain about your generosity. But man, salute to you, Glenn. And you know, beyond that, salute to you rocking with me for quite some time. Even building an off the screen relationship, you know, is pretty dope in these social media streets. Oh boy, the homie just came through too. Hey, Cappy the Penguin just donated for the training camp fund. Just dropped a big one on your boy, man. Listen, well, pause. It ain't sound too right. Dropped a big one on your boy. Pause. But Cappy the Penguin, I missed you last year, man. It didn't have to come in the form of a super chat, but this year, don't disappoint me. I need you to check in at the beginning of every game. It was becoming a trend. I know you're putting a hefty super chat on it, but even without a super chat, well, it's hard for me to see without a super chat. Even if it's $1, just check in, man. I got used to it. You know, I got used to it to the point to where, and I got to the second quarter, I was like, I ain't seen Cappy coming here today. All right, so hey, man, don't go missing on your boy. Cappy, the reason we lost the last 4 out of 5 games, y'all. He disappeared. He knew what was about to happen. He said, man, I know what's about to happen. I'm out of here. Oh, man. That is wild. All right, y'all, let me stop. Y'all know I'm in a good mood today. I don't even know why. What's been going on? I don't even know why. Maybe we're getting closer to training camp. Let's get into this. I want to break down everything I want to break down today before the huddle. So, you know, I don't have like all the time in the world, but I got at least an hour. So I'm going to break down as much as I can before the huddle because today was very intriguing to me, very interesting. Give you my perspective, break it all down, what I thought about today. First of all, let's get the elephant out the room. We'll talk about some other stuff like the tight end room and stuff like that towards the end. It ain't much to say, but there's some things I do want to say on it. But we got to break down what's going on right now. We got to start with Tua, and we got to park it right there, okay? We got to park the car right at Tua real quick. If they practice tomorrow or Saturday, because I don't know if they do or not, but or Sunday when we all there, that very next practice is everything. Because what the heck is going on, people? You limit yourself in practice out of showing you're not happy about training camp. I mean, your contract. Then you don't practice at all, a show of force, because you're unhappy about the contract situation. Now, all of a sudden today, you practice in its entirety, in full, no restriction, no limitation. What's going on? What's happening? I told y'all yesterday, what we can't have is hot potato, this bouncing in and out as you choose and please. Chemistry is not getting done that way. You going from one quarterback to the next every practice is not getting it done. I don't like that. I do like that he was at practice today, but does that mean he's going to stay at practice and continue to practice, and whatever happens, they'll work it out, or you just got to keep moving forward? Because I don't like this in and out stuff. You either stand for something or fall for anything. What is it going to be? But what we can't do is have the hot potato approach. Like, today I got it. No, I don't. No. That's not good for the team. I have an interesting theory that'll excuse all of that. And that's why I brought up Mike McDaniel. For those who don't know, Mike McDaniel is required to be impartial about this situation. I'm seeing articles and I'm seeing people say Mike McDaniel need to go to the front office and demand that they sign him. Coaches aren't allowed to do that. Y'all got the game twisted. That's the easiest way to get you fired or told, stay in your place. That's the easiest way to do that. Coaches are not allowed to do that. All they're allowed is to offer their opinion on whether this is the guy you believe is for the future or not, but to advocate for you to give them a deal, coaches are not allowed to do that. It is the worst thing you can do as a coach, going to a general manager, talking that talk. That is outside of your pay level. That is beyond your pay grade. They don't talk about nor advocate for guys to get paid, nor can they insinuate it. All they can do is tell how much they love the player and how you hope they're a part of the future. But you cannot definitively nor pressure the organization to do so. So for those who are saying Mike McDaniel needs to do that, he can't. It's the quickest way to get in the doghouse. But on the low, I think Mike McDaniel and Tua devised the plan. And this is where a conspiracy theory comes in from TD. I always let y'all know when I'm being a conspiracy theorist so people don't get mad and say I'm spreading fake news. I'm just giving you a theory of mine of what I believe happened over the last 2 days. I believe Mike McDaniel was just fine with him sitting out yesterday and maybe even encouraged it. And then basically said, we're going to bring you, we want you to, hopefully you'll practice the very next day, and we going to go off. We going to go off. Rile the fan base. It'll help your cause. It's the only thing I could think of. And you know why? Let me tell you what leads me down this rabbit hole of a conspiracy by me. The first play of the day is a trick play, deep ball. Like, yeah, come on. The first play of the day is a trick play, deep ball for a touchdown. Get the writers going all crazy, reporting, oh, Tua's back and he's sharp and he's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Tyreek got wide open, deep ball. Offense looks so much better with Tua. Oh, my gosh, it's the newest revelation. Oh, man, with him in the lineup. Oh, my gosh, do you see this? You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me one bit. Now, it's a conspiracy theory by me. So when I say I'm creating a conspiracy theory, means that I have no factual data to back that up. It's just something that derived in my brain that I believe might have happened. Could be totally wrong and just, this guy's just propaganda. Could be. But I want to make sure I'm being responsible to the viewers to let you know that's where I'm coming from with this one. Ain't nobody told me this, ain't no evidence, but that's how I feel about this situation. First play of practice, a trick play, deep ball for the touchdown. And this was an amazing day. Offense was just so phenomenal. If my conspiracy theory is accurate, shout out to Mike McDaniel. That's how you voice your opinion. That's how you show without going to the front office and advocating something you're not allowed to do. You make sure when he comes back to practice, you put him in the very best light because that's your guy and you want him here. I wouldn't even be surprised to go as far as saying, hey, this is where my conspiracy theory gets a little too deep, and I ain't asking none of y'all to follow it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they say, hey, we're going to run this kind of defense. I need you to run there. I don't know. I don't know. It never fails every year. Even when the first practice with fans come on Sunday, mark my words, first play in 11 on 11s with Tua, it might be a shot deep down the field. But I promise you it's going to be something wide open. No questions asked. Every year, it never fails. Well, maybe it won't now because TD on to it. You know, they be watching. They be watching your boy. They'll be like, Tua, throw a pick, man. We got to throw this dude off, man. He be knowing too much. No, don't throw a pick. Then he gonna rip you apart. He be knowing too much. Oh, man. I'm just saying, this is how you advocate for your guy. You get him out there, you put him in a positive light, and you show Chris Grier, man, this offense ain't going to be the same unless you sign this man. You sure you want to go down this road? And you know the media, they just in love with Tua. Tua's their darling, so you know they going to eat it up and ride with it. They've been waiting on the good Tua news. Miami media been up the last 4 years. Tua came in the building, they clicks and everything been up. So they just like, man, they need to hurry up and get this deal done because clicks is up. Clicks are up. So today they felt real good. Let's glorify it all. Now, mind you, good practice by the offense today, from what I understand. Offensive line needs some work. It was a better day, but it still needs some major work. The 3 days collectively has been poor, from what I understand. Wide receivers out there cooking. Defense didn't get the better of the day today. The pass rush has been dominant all week, but again, the offensive line is pretty bad. The offensive line is pretty bad. Intermission, we got 543 people watching, 326 on YouTube, 216 on Twitter. Y'all hit that like button. Punch that like button. So, Chris Grier, I'm seeing it all on Twitter. Man, they got to sign him now at the one practice, right? But I thought about it. I was like, man, I think that the healthiest thing for everybody is to come to the conclusion to stop saying make him play on his fifth year. Stop saying pay him. I think what's important right now is for Chris Grier to draw a line in the sand, give the offer, take it or leave it, and let them know if you're not going to take this one, we're asking you to play on your fifth year option. And let's get to work. Let's get to work. Or let's see what Tua's going to do from there. But we got to get closer to a resolution. Remember, a resolution doesn't mean that a deal gets done. A resolution is knowing what the status officially is and proceeding from there. That's a resolution. Hey, we're going to make you play on your 5th-year option. Okay, that's a resolution. Hey, we're going to pay you. Here's your money. That's a resolution. Hey, we're going to make you play your 5th year. Well, I'm not playing. All right. We resolved that. Now we got to see what we're going to do. It's that simple. But but you know what's frustrating is this negotiation stuff. Like I've always said to y'all, once you get to this point, what are they negotiating? You done been back and forth so much at this point that, come on, what are we negotiating? Nobody's leverage has gone up nor down since you start negotiating. There was somebody who brought an article out yesterday that talked about the Dolphins didn't project for the salary cap to go up as much as it did, which caused what they projected to have to pay Tua go up drastically, which isn't in their plans. I push back on that article, and let me tell you why. So say you got $100 to spend on the whole team, and I use $100 so you all can follow me. We get into the millions, it just gets convoluted in our head. If you got $100 to spend on the team, and you're saying to yourself, man, I got $25 to spend on Tua next year. Yeah. I got $25 to spend on him next year. I can do that. And next year, you know, right before you're ready to spend that $25 on him, the league tells you, hey, you got $110 next year, not $100 million. Whoa, it went up. All these quarterbacks getting $23 to $27, right? And all of a sudden you get 2 quarterbacks that drop and whoa, they got 33 and 34. They got $33 and $34. Man, I was prepared to offer 25, but they're getting 34 right now. And Tua's agent is now calling me saying he won 35. I was prepared for 25. The cap went up 10%, and the quarterback market literally went up 10%. And now my quarterback wants 35. Well, that ain't in our budget. And some people on the top of their head, they'll say, yes, it is. It went up. It went up 10%. So give Tua that $10 million, it went up. And here's what people never think about when the salary cap goes up. If the cap goes up 10%, it went up 10% across the entire NFL, not just one position. So if quarterbacks were getting $25 million, 10% of that is $2.5 million. So let's go back down to the small terms. If a quarterbacks are getting $25, 10% is only $2.50. So the new quarterback market should be $27.50. But what they're doing is they're taking the whole increase and putting it on the quarterbacks. And here's what that creates. You can't keep Christian Wilkins for $13. You can't keep Robert Hunt for $10. That's what happens when you try to take all the increase and put it just on one position. Now you're getting outbidded across the market for all the other positions because you took the entire raise and gave it to the quarterback instead of just increasing the quarterback's value by 10% like everybody else. Linebackers went up 10%. Corners went up 10%. Everybody goes up 10%. But you can't give the quarterback the full 10%. And that's where people don't understand. So a dumb team does it, and now they're forcing you to do it. I commend Chris Grier because guess what? Chris Grier's playing the game the right way. He's saying, I'm raising you from the 25 I had set aside. The market went up 10%. I'm raising you to 27.5. And a matter of fact, our negotiations got us at 28.5. But you keep wanting this 35. They were dumb for doing that. Now they're going to have areas on their roster where they can't spend as much money. And the only way around it is excellent drafting. Excellent drafting. Well, shout out to Ball Game. I ain't seen a homie in a while. He said it's spread loading the new money. They know the NFL will receive the new TV deal. Well, here's the deal with the new TV deal, Ball Game. Those stretch out for years. And at the end of the day, for NFL GMs, from my understanding, the projected TV deal increases is already factored into their projections. They're already factored into the projections. Let me go a step further. Did you not see what the NFL is trying to do now with that lawsuit? I told y'all that the NFL was going to make the payers play for that lawsuit. TD Fraud Talk was like, you need to admit to the people you're wrong. Here's an article saying that they can't. I read the article. I said, hey, I stand corrected. TD Fraud Talk was right. They can't do that. Did you see what just came out yesterday? The NFL still trying to make them pay for it. And look at how they're trying to make them pay for it. I'll find the article and I'll do a stream on it. They're saying that we may not be able to make them pay for the whole $14 billion, but we can make them pay for that initial $4.8 or $5 billion. And here's why. The $5 billion was a part of the projected increase of salary based off of making that antitrust. And they want to recoup their salary cap increase because had they not done what they did, the cap would have never went up the way that it is. So they're projecting that in the next few years, the NFL is actually going to lower the salary cap a little bit one of those years to offset it. It's going to cause a fight, but based off of the legal scholars that I read in the article, the NFL has a point. The increase every year, the projections were based off of that increase. You take that money out that they should have never made from it, and the projections all get lowered every year. So this year and next year, until it's resolved, they could very well lower the cap to give a new projection because that's almost $5 billion that should have never been accounted for in the projections. But they were. So it's a lot of volatile situations happening right now where you don't know. No, TD Fraud Talk, you're right. The CBA will try to fight it, but based off of the legal scholars, the NFL has a good case on this that can literally get approved because they have the right to lower. The NFL controls the projections. The CBA doesn't. And the NFL would argue in court that the reason why they're going to lower the projections because they're high, including the money that they should have never got, and they got to pay that money back, so it's not a real accurate projection. So, and Ball Game said the problem is the agents don't care about that, about any of that. The agents don't have to care about it, but guess what? Since the agents don't care about it, the general managers don't either. That's why Dak is in his situation. That's why Tua's in his situation right now. Because although the agents don't care about any of that, well, the general managers are like, well, I don't care about it either. I got to do what's right for us because it's coming. It's potentially coming. So I got to make decisions preparing myself for what's coming. You ain't got to care about it. Keep arguing for your guy. You know what I mean? That's why we're in this situation now. It's a nasty situation to be in with more parts than the general person is realizing. This ain't just a matter of just the guaranteed money and stuff. There's some salary cap implications, the unknown of where it's actually going. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody was shocked at her, like they knew it was going up. But 100% of the NFL was shocked at how much it actually went up. You see Hard Knocks with the Giants. You see how he reacted? Whoa, did you see the new number? Man, I got a lot more room than I thought to work with. Everybody was shocked at how much it went up. But when you look at it, it went up that much because the TV deals and the projections based off of that illegal act that they've been doing for so long, kind of monopolizing how much you can charge, making the value of it more, meaning they could charge more and they're just getting more revenue. And what people don't realize is when the Sunday ticket gets regulated the right way, it may not bring as much revenue as people thought that it would. I don't have to pay $400 for a whole package now. I could just pay $60 for just the Dolphins. It may not bring as much revenue, but they don't know. It's uncharted territory, but the NFL feels like they know. That's why they've always scoffed at people like trying to offer it at a low price. They're like, no, well, we can't partner with you. We want you to offer it at the 400. Because you offer it at the 400, the networks are getting buku profit from it. Hey, NFL, I'll give you your billions because I'm still profiting from it. But now you change the game on it, and they're like, oh, man, I didn't make a profit from it. Well, I can't offer that same deal this year. I'll offer this. The TV deals can actually come down. NFL was genius leveraging the Sunday ticket the way that they did. But now it may not be the same. They may not make the same profits. So people vying for it. If you notice now, a lot of the companies paying for the NFL game rights are the smaller companies like these streaming services and stuff trying to get people to hurry up and sign up because they ain't going to do it more than 1 or 2 years probably. And then they'll dump it and be like, all right, we got a lot of signups. We're a reputable company now. These are temporary fixes with all these streaming services coming in saying, give me Thanksgiving, give me Christmas, on Hulu and this and that. They're just trying to bring a whole new audience and subscribers signed up for their company. Eventually, and then you got to ask yourself, did they even profit? Some of them may not have even profit. You know, the Christmas game and the Thanksgiving game, they might have not even profited, but they don't care because right now those small companies are just concerned about growth, signing people up to their app. But how long will that last? How long before we hear another streaming service that people are like, man, that's enough. I'm not signing up for Okra Lucy. I don't even know what that is. I made up a name, but that's the new streaming app, Okra Lucy, trying to make a name for itself. And now they got the NFL rights for Thanksgiving. At some point, the people will say, man, I ain't getting all these apps. It's getting out of control now. So the NFL will always be creative in generating revenue. But this streaming service has taken it to a whole nother level. But how long will that last? How long will that last? I can see the future now. The future is going to be a system where you wear like Oculus glasses and you can tune into any game from the stadium. It's like you're in the seat watching it. I can see the future. I can see it, but they're going to have to continue to elevate to the next thing. But this streaming stuff ain't going to last forever, but that's where the money is in today's deals. This is why these companies are outbidding the networks. Because the networks, if the networks had to pay the prices that these companies getting to steal it from them, the networks would be losing money. So this salary cap is in unknown territory. It's always gone up, but at some point, it's going to start operating at its peak. At some point. So we'll see. So Chris Grier is just trying to protect himself for the long run, the long-term situation. I just hope that they figure this out. Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all know how I feel about Tua. Y'all know how I felt about him for a long time. But just for him to get me to a point to where I'm like, man, if we can get a good deal, I'm fine rolling with Tua for the next 2-3 years. That's a good sign. But we're not in that position. He wants a big bag. And I want to see this thing play out. Like, I've gotten to a point. I've come a long way. I actually want to see it play out. Like, all right, if we got a 2 more wheel window, let's see if he can get it done. If not, let's move on. But I want to see it play out. I don't want to crack it all now and be like, all right, start over. Like, I wouldn't mind if we do because of what I believe, but I want to see it play out at this point. And hope that, again, like I've been doing, hope that I've been wrong the whole time and we actually get over the hump and it brings us glory. I don't know. But now we're in a real tough situation. We're in a real tough situation. What's going to happen? I don't know. You flip-flopping again, TD. I'm not flip-flopping. I don't care what nobody say. I've been the most consistent person, period. I have always told y'all my views, how I feel about everything. But remember, in that term of flip-flopping, don't forget this. If new evidence is presented, it is the adult thing to do to add it to your evaluation and hit the recalculate button and see where you land. I still land in the same place, but what I'm saying to you is I would see it out at the right price. I would see it out at the right price. I told y'all, give Tua a 5-year deal, right? 5-year, $265 million. That's about 53 a year, right? But I'd only guarantee about 120, fully guaranteed. Now, I don't care about the guarantees. You can say 200 guaranteed. You can say the whole 250 guaranteed. But the fully guaranteed by 120, that way you're locked in for 2 years. And if he don't do well, you can move on and eat a little bit of dead cap. But what I'm not going to do is get guarantees over 150 because now I'm locked in for 3 years plus a little dead cap potentially because we're going to have a small number at the beginning and backload it. And I don't want to get stuck with that kind of contract. That's why I say the Trevor Lawrence deal, man, if Tua could just accept that, I'll be jumping for joy. I'll be jumping for joy. Right there, I could say, all right, you got 2 years. And if you ball out, we can keep on renewing and not the contract because you're already under contract, but keep moving forward. And if not, we can move on. This is Tua's team, ladies and gentlemen. They built the team for him. Whether you like it or not, they built it for him. The weapons, the system, everything is built for him. So the smartest thing to do is play it out. I'm just a firm believer that it ain't going to end up amounting to anything, which I hope I'm wrong. But you got to play it out. You have to. Like having this whole new fresh start mean that you wasted everybody. You already wasted Xavier Howard. That's done. Everybody that come and go, you wasted. If you don't get it done this year, you don't waste the Chubb because he probably going to be gone. Might even have wasted Teron Armstead, at least for us, if you don't get it done this year. You don't get it done in 2 years, you don't waste Tyreek Hill. After this year, you don't waste Mostert. And after 2 years, you don't waste Ramsey. So that's what I'm saying, okay? Ball Game said it's all about what's fully guaranteed. Facts. They want more than what Trevor Lawrence received. Both sides have a viable argument. Yeah. See, my whole thing, though, in that is I don't give him more than what Trevor Lawrence received. But don't give him more than that guaranteed money Trevor received. Because that gives, like think about it. Trevor, I think, got $142 million fully guaranteed. That's life-changing. Now, if they settle around 149, higher 140s, okay, crap, but okay. But you cannot give Tua the Burrow and them 183 and all that guaranteed, like fully, like some of those guys. You can't give a Deshaun Watson fully, which that might even been a mistake, but we'll see this year. You can't do that. Because there's still unknowns and there's still things he needs to elevate. But yeah, they want more than Trevor. I get it, but I'm at Trevor. Because $142 million. I get it. Fight for your right. I get it. And I keep telling y'all, if I'm two of them, man, go for it all. But, just the middleman, $142 million, though, bro. Just take the money and play ball. Like, that's a lot of money. They also believe Tua is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. Could be. Still some sample size that needs to be desired to say that, but that's an arguable thing. So that's fair. That's fair. The only problem is I think the most important thing in the league today is playoff success and big moment success. It's so potent. Most people they just look at it all the same. I'm sorry. Big moment success and playoff success is so potent. It's so potent. Unless they just don't like you. Unless they just don't like you. I got a theory on that too. And some about these quarterbacks. It's something about the quarterbacks who may not be the greatest, but they win. Even in big moments, but they proclaim their faith. And for some reason, a lot don't rock with them. It's crazy. Remember Tebow with that. Tebow was trash. Let's get that straight. But he was a winner. And in the big moments, he show up. No matter how he show up, he show up. Now, as just a typical, prototypical quarterback, Tebow ain't no good in the NFL. But he a baller and he show up in the biggest moment. But I'm telling you, what annexed him, the proclamation of his faith, in my opinion. I never understand that. And low key, I think a lot of people don't admit it, but even Tua's a great kid, great man. I call him kid in the first 2 years. So he's a great man. And he's a baller. He's a good quarterback. I've come to the conclusion he's a good quarterback. I used to say people was delusional. He above average. At the time he was. But now he's gotten into that good realm. I need him to be great, but he's a good quarterback. But I think one thing that always held him back, see, it's the unspoken thing, was, the proclamation of your faith and, being a great person. Some people don't like that. I don't know why, but. So, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Tua had a big time day today. I told y'all what I think about today with Mike McDaniel. I hope he practices in the next practice. That's what I'm looking for. This in and out, I hope he practices in the next practice and we keep this going on a consistent basis. We need it, y'all. We really do. Shout out to everybody watching right now. 675 people. We got 339 on YouTube, 327 on Twitter, and 2 on Twitch. We got an extra Twitch viewer. That's what's up, baby. We growing on Twitch. Let's go. Oh, man. Yeah, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe right now. Every day we give training camp coverage. When I go to training camp, you're going to get live coverage and post-camp coverage. All right. If you want to donate to the training camp fund, hit your boy up in the Cash App, $tdphinstalk, tdphinstalk on the Cash App. Help your boy with the expenses of training camp because I go every year. And I'm in the building, just like Tampa Bay's training camp, those joint practices. I plan on being there. So, I make arrangements to follow the team wherever they go and figure it out. Last year, y'all helped your boy get to Houston. I went to all the Houston practices. So give y'all the real scoop of everything going on. All right. And that's why the Houston, man, they just shock you because you saw little flashes at camp. But that team was nowhere in camp near what you saw in the regular season. It was crazy. Big time crazy, But yeah, also Roundtable Sports is launching in Today is Friday. Saturday, Sunday. What's that? It's 9, 10, 11 days. 11 days Roundtable Sports is having its super launch. And what that is all 8 divisions are launching. We putting in, I'm gonna tell y'all now, we putting in a lot of work behind the scenes. We're working with a lot of people, running the business, getting it up and running. If y'all can show your love and support to Roundtable Sports and launch week, just show up, show out, be a part of it. Every division is secured. We have 4 of the top creators for every team and everyone. It consists of 9 channels, the network right now. So that's 8 NFL divisions and the mother channel of Roundtable Sports, which is going to have sports shows on it and everything. The individual roundtables, twice a week, you're going to have a show on them for now, plus extra content individually by the creators. Also, listen, we're hoping that it goes off with a slam dunk for the next year or two because we want to start our NBA division, which would be dope as well. But yes, beautiful times are coming. So I know that, your boy kind of like been off this summer. I haven't done as much on the actual channel, TD Fins Talk. I'm on the huddle every day, Bleacher Report all the time, all that. But on the main channel right here on TD Fins Talk, I haven't put as much attention in because we're building something special. And y'all know me. It's always about bigger and better. How can we get to that next level? How can you use what you have now to catapult you to that next level? How can you evolve? How can you grow? How can you do the next best thing? It's why I don't get involved with all the drama and all that type of stuff anymore. I ain't got time for it because I'm out here trying to make life-changing moves for me, my family, my community. That's just how I feel at this point in my life. Your boy about to be 40 years old in January. So listen, I'm trying to make those moves. I done wasted enough time in my adolescence, in my youth, just going through the motions. It's time to grind, and I encourage everybody to keep that type of thought process. It's about the next level, building relationships, get into that next level. All right. So if y'all want to support what we got going on, it would be a great help. Always appreciate it. And that the support could be as simple as showing up and hitting the like button. However you can. All right. It'd be greatly appreciated. Dolphins, man, this is the year. I'm concerned about the tight end stuff going on. Jonnu hurt? Is that what I'm hearing? Am I hearing that correctly? Jonnu hurt? Like, what's going on out here? Now, we got a lot of good tight ends. Y'all. OBJ, Jonnu, and I'm hearing this was always a part of the plan. Stop. Hey, we gonna sign you in the training camp. You ain't gonna practice at all and hope that you're healed by the regular season and use you when we need you most. Okay. McDaniel said it wasn't his decision. He said, it was advice given to him. Somebody said probably by the analytics department. Okay. But I think we'll be fine at the tight end position regardless. Let me tell y'all something. The man that gets disrespected, in my opinion, and he don't get disrespected by people saying he's not good or nothing. Everybody know he good, but he get disrespected by not getting enough credit. Y'all know who that is, right? Let's see if y'all know in the chat. Our tight end that always get disrespected by not getting enough credit. Come on now, put it in the chat. Y'all got to help me out with this. Ball game said OBJ out of shape. You think so, bro? I mean, that could be fixed. As long as he get in shape. Yes, Durham Smythe. Why people sleep on the fact that this man got an 80% completion percentage? 4 out of 5, he catching. I just really think he gets disrespected by not getting enough credit. Now, is he this elite guy, blah, blah, blah? No, but he good old faithful. He comes through. The man ain't out here, and I promise you, that 1 out of 4 that he don't catch is a bad throw. I promise you. And I ain't trying to knock Tua by saying that, but I'm just trying to give him more credit. Durham Smythe. I promise you. And the crazy thing is, we really use him to block, but he can catch the ball. Now, we don't really run him up the seam for the big plays and all that much, but man, I like Durham Smythe, and I feel like you need to expand his role. Stop overlooking him and just going for the athletic tight end to catch the ball. He's been catching the ball. Give me more to do, coach. Utilize me more. And if I'm falling short, then okay. Then, put me back in my place. But have I not earned the right to go out and practice and prove that I could do more? Now, I know some people say, well, you never know. Maybe they see it in practice that he can't do more. Man, no. Durham Smythe a good tight end. Durham Smythe a good tight end. I can't take that. I feel like he got the tools in his belt to get to that next level. Will he be Travis Kelce? Never. But I feel like he can be good or reliable to where you ain't got to be spending money every year on extra guys. That's where I'm at with it. But, that's just me advocating for a guy who comes in, does his job. One of the rare on this team that I don't have anything negative or concern to say. Yeah, man, it ain't many people on this team I ain't got something negative or a concern to bring up. It's hard to find players that's how I felt about Robert Hunt. Is he elite? Nope, but he 8 out of 10. It's going to always be an 8 out of 10. He don't fall down in the 7 out of 10, and he don't go up to the 9 out of 10. He just a consistent 8 out of 10, and I would take a team full of them instead of the elite in the trash. I would take a team full of them any day. I love Mize. And if he was a 7 out of 10, that's fine too. I just use that as an example of he just consistently good. He ain't fluctuating. He ain't trying to give you elite, and he ain't trying to give you trash. I'm just going to come in, be good, do my job, do it consistently, without complaining, without making noise, and just be a rock. A steady part of this team. I love them players. I love those players. They're my players. I take a roster full of them. But it ain't many of them. Durham Smythe, one of those. Robert Hunt was. Who else on the team can I name that's like that? I search high and low and try to find them. And I can't. They either ball sometimes, or sometimes you look at them like, hey, nah. No, Austin Jackson ain't that. Now, Austin Jackson can become that, but Austin Jackson ain't got a lead in him. Austin Jackson's ceiling to me at this point is see, I'm stuck between good and really good. So that tells you all you need to know. And what I think about Austin Jackson, I pump the brakes a little more than the typical person because I've been following Austin Jackson. This emergence that everybody say he's had is not as great as y'all make it seem. Like, be honest. The real problem we had with Austin Jackson after his injuries was like giving up sacks and looking like he out of place, getting bulldozed and stuff, right? I watch film and he ain't giving up sacks like that no more, but he still get bulldozed sometimes. But then I say, hey, the reason why he ain't giving up as many sacks is because we get to get rid of the ball quicker than we ever have. The whole line don't give up sacks because we get rid of the ball quicker than we ever have. I've seen some of these old linemen, including Austin Jackson, literally getting blown up. And the defender is like, oh, get off of me. Let me get to her. Oh, the ball gone. So many times. Like, our quick passes demoralize pass rush too. By the middle of the third quarter, these pass rushers just be going through the motion. Not unless it's a close game and they smell blood in the water and then they still relentless. But that's what we have. Holland is not. Don't get me started on Holland. I feel like there's a new level Holland can get to. And this is a personal feel. That don't make me right, by the way. I want to say that before I say this. I feel like there's a new level Holland can get to, but he got to be willing to be coachable. And what do I mean by that? I really do despise all these guys talking about Fangio the way they did. It's his system. See, this is how I feel about organizations. First of all, you brought Fangio in to run his system. Full autonomy, which he still had full autonomy. He had full control, but you brought him in to run his system. Players may not like the position they're in the system, but it's their job to do their job. Now, let him coach you up in the system and make you better doing what he's asking you to do. But I don't want to hear, because y'all, may have not have liked it or gotten the numbers or done the things that you wanted to do. Now you're complaining about the system when you bucked and didn't really want to do it to its fullest capacity. Now, that isn't solely for Javon Holland. What I say about Javon Holland is, although he's highly ranked and rated, I just feel like there is another level that he can get to. Let me give you an example. He's not better than Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think he can get there, but is he willing to really be coached up to it? It's going to take some selflessness. Not always the things you like, but he wants to be, I feel like he wants to be comfortable and do what he do, which is fine if you're going to let him do that. But if you could be Minkah, yeah. If you could be Minkah, because you go look at Javon Holland, just like Tua, against all the bad teams, bad quarterbacks and stuff, Holland is phenomenal, like off the charts. Like even his PFFs are like 90s and stuff against the trash teams. Every single game against a playoff team, Holland's PFF is in the dirt. And when you watch the film, you see he take bad angles, mistake on plays, and he's not in a help position. He's always trailing in his help position. The guy crossing the field deep, they catch it. Holland always at an angle where he trying to, okay, let me go this way so I can meet him there instead of being there to back up and make the play. But, you get 11 bum teams and you off the charts. Then you get 5 great teams and you're bad. Overall, you still look great from a rating standpoint. But I watch film, and these are some of the concerns. The only reason I did an extensive film look at Holland is because when I looked at those, like his PFF, because I like to verify PFF. 80% of the time, PFF makes sense. Like, okay, that makes sense. Holland was one that made sense. At first, it didn't. I was like, Holland, actually, it was the reverse. I was watching a game. I forgot which game it was of Holland. I was like, Holland just so out of place on every one. Look at him. I'm watching all 22, and then I just start honing in on him. And even though at a safety position, out of like 60 plays, it's only like 8 of them that's relevant to him that you can evaluate. You going through plays where that one ain't had nothing to do with him. That one ain't had nothing to do with him. That was on the opposite side. But when you watch those 8 plays that's directly and correlated to what at least I believe is his assignment, because there's still some things that, hey, maybe that wasn't his assignment, but some of the ones where you really see that it's his assignment or he's the help, he's reacting a half a step late on some of these versus the good quarterbacks. Flat-footed, not making a decision, wanting to see where it's going before he moves, but it also can put him out of position when some guys got to use their instincts or they studied up enough to know where it's going and they headed that way. And I said, man, this game ain't looking good. Holland's one of the best ranked PFF. So I went to PFF and I was like, ooh, correlation. That game didn't look good and he ranked real bad on PFF. Then I said, okay, let me look at some more PFF. He's ranked bad in that game. Let me go check it out. I see why. He ranked bad in that one. Let me go see why. I see why. And it was making sense. Now, I've done the same exercise with some players, and I'm like, I don't see what they're talking about. But 8 out of 10 times, PFF be on point. They be on point. But I saw it in every good game. Holland be tripping. I mean, and it don't even be egregious. It don't be egregious. It's like right here, you should be like, you see this guy burning your corner right here, and you should be headed that way. And he's just steady looking. Then the quarterback throws, and now he heading. The guy catches it, Holland in a trail position, and he either gets there late to make a tackle or he's chasing the whole time. Like, you should automatically, like, I don't know. And maybe it has something to do with Fangio's system or something. Maybe. I don't know. So who knows? I just tell you, his PFF is accurate. Even though it's so high, go look at all the good games. Every single one. Let me show y'all. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. 90.4, by the way. That's probably number one at the safety position. All right, Javon Holland. It's coming up now. Let me view in premium stats. And if you got PFF, you got to have premium stats to get the detailed breakdown and not just the overall rating. A lot of people just go off of the overall rating. All right, let me share my screen. Show y'all what I'm talking about. Because I said when I was looking at PFF and I was looking at all the games he was ranked, I was like, then why is he the highest ranked? But then it made sense when I went and watched the film. All right, so here we go. Oh, my bad. Okay. All right, so balled out in week 1 versus the Chargers. New England, pretty solid. Denver destroyed them. Buffalo, 55, probably his lowest all season. Nope, not his lowest. 55 versus Buffalo. 55. Tackling, poor, and coverage, terrible. Then you play the Giants, he was solid. Then Carolina, he wasn't as great. Tackling was good, but the coverage still suffered. Philly, he played solid versus Philly, actually. Okay. Run defense got him really on there. Actually, never mind. He was a 61-7 versus Philly. But his coverage was solid versus Philly. They used them in pass rush once. It didn't do very well. Run defense was horrible in that game. He did good tackling, but according to PFF, overall, this wasn't a great game. Then you go to Kansas City, putrid. All coverage. Just terrible. Just terrible. Versus Kansas City in coverage. And he played 40 coverage snaps, by the way. 39, to be exact. Next game, Raiders, solid. Coverage still wasn't great. Slacking on coverage. Take the Jets, murdered the coverage, but look at the quarterback we talk about, right? That's what go hand in hand with the quarterback. Denver, same situation when we played them. Then you got Baltimore, worst grade of the season. Coverage grade was the worst of the season. Worst of the season. Now, mind you, to be fair to him, he coming fresh off of injury because he skipped from week 12 to week 17. But it was the worst grade of the season. 26 coverage plays. They ran the ball. He played more run defense than pass defense, so they ran the ball a lot, but he was horrible. And then Buffalo, average, but the game he was poor. But that's the correlation. We're talking about Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Philly, Carolina average, I guess, and Buffalo. When you look at the main games we lost, Buffalo twice, Philly 3, Kansas City 4, Baltimore 5. All 5 of them he was poor in. Now, do we have postseason? Did he play in the postseason? Did Javon Holland play? No. He was hurt. Yeah, he didn't play the playoff game. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. And these are the games where you need him to show up. Those are the games you definitely need him to show up. And people can say, "Oh, PFF isn't the gospel." I said that, but when I watch the film, they on point with his. They on point. The film proves what they got on here. Ball Game said the defense was bullied in all those games but one. Facts. They were bullied. And then this is where when Poyer makes his comments of folding and, the soft comments and stuff, people get in their feelings, but that's what has to change with this team. I'm telling y'all, we got the talent. I think the only thing that needs to change on this team is that element. You will see a different team in those big games. They got to toughen up, man. They cannot allow bullying. They cannot allow it. And I'm telling you, we need to become the bullies. And if we become the bullies, I'm telling you, them 6 games we lost, we only lose 3. And in the other 3 that we lost, at least we had some respect in them. We would have had some respect in them. We do not lose that first Chiefs game if we become the bullies. We'd have still lost that playoff game. I don't care what nobody say. But that first Chief game overseas, we would have not have lost that game. If you're a bully, you don't lose. You wouldn't have lost to Tennessee. As soon as they were making a run, all right, y'all, let's punch him in the mouth. Let's stop playing these games. And above all, you gotta stop getting bullied by Buffalo. You gotta stop getting bullied by Buffalo. Anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Go check on the kids. They home chilling for the summer, having fun with each other. Go out here right before the huddle. Y'all know we got the huddle show at 3 p.m. Y'all come through and check us out. So much to talk about. Tua, we got to discuss Tua being there today on the huddle, see what the other guys think. We got to discuss Aaron Rodgers lighting it up in practice today. I got to hear Richie mouth. And all kind of news coming across the NFL. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, all that stuff today on the huddle at 3 p.m. on BetUS TV right here on YouTube. So go check it out. Make sure you check it out again on BetUS TV, the huddle, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, go over in literally about 20 minutes. Come hang out with us. We will be live on the huddle, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on BetUS TV. All right. There goes the logo, the huddle. Me, Dan, and Richie, BetUS TV. Y'all come show your love, show your support. And rock with your boy on there, man. They be trying to jump me on there, man. We had like 700 people in here a minute ago. More people on X than anything. But YouTube, I appreciate everybody for hitting that like button. Twitter, thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all later. Fins up no matter what. Y'all stay blessed. Good signs coming out of Miami with Tua practicing today. That's what we want to see. But that next practice is going to be everything. We need him to be out there on the field going forward, getting that chemistry together, making this the best season that he ever had. We need Tua to have the best season he ever had this year. Because deal or no deal, this year you got to do it. You got to, not no building block. You got to win a playoff game this year and have a little bit of a playoff run. Nothing less. Anything less is complete failure. No more talking about we just got to keep building up. No. If we don't get something done this year at a bare minimum, a playoff win, that's it. That's it. You ain't going to do it. Even if you give them a deal, just know you're in trouble moving forward. You got to do it this year. So this distraction ain't helping. Be there every day. Practice. Y'all build that camaraderie. Get this team right. Let's go to war. The schedule is all pure war. The schedule ain't no joke this year. The schedule ain't going to take it light on you. The schedule ain't cutting no breaks. Well, I mean, you got a little break when you get into that Patriots You know, in the middle, somewhere in the middle there, you got like a little 4-week stretch where I feel like if we do what we're supposed to do, we straight. But hey, the beginning and the end ain't no joke. The beginning is serious, but the joke is Death Valley. Gotta be prepared for it. Gotta be tough. Gotta be ready. Hit that like button on your way out. Thank you for all those who show love and support. If you hit me up on the Cash App for the training camp fund, salute to you. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, subscribe now. Every day, training camp coverage right here on TD Fans Talk. And when I go to camp, you'll get live coverage as long as the feds don't shut me down. See y'all soon. Love you. Peace. I'm out. See you in the huddle in just a little bit. Come on through.